Hi, I'm John Marsh, the R3 Program Manager for the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish. How many of you out there have ever had a bottle of power bait completely turn rock hard on you? Well, don't throw this in the trash. I'm going to give you a quick tip to show you how you can rehydrate it and save some money. What you're going to need is a little bit of water, your power bait, a really sharp knife, and a cutting pad or a cutting board. The first thing you're going to do is take out the block of power bait from the bottle. You're going to keep this bottle to the side, and you're going to cut this block of power bait into little chunks. That makes it a lot easier to rehydrate. So once I'm done cutting this, I'll show you the next step. So I've finished cutting up that big block into smaller cubes. You just increase the surface area for the water to hit each side of these cubes. You don't want them too tiny, but that's about as small as I would go right there. What I'm going to do next is put these inside of the container, and then I'll show you the next step. So we have all our cubes inside of our container. You're going to take just a little bit. Always a little bit is better than more in this case. You don't want to go overboard because then you're going to have a real mushy mess. You want to get that same consistency that you originally had, so just pour a little bit at first. These will act like a sponge and they'll start to rehydrate. It's probably going to take at least 24 hours for it to rehydrate, so add a little bit of water first. You know, that water level is probably right up to there right now, and that's good. Close it up tight and just shake it. Then you're going to set this aside, and I'd probably check it every 3 or 4 hours. Once it starts to rehydrate enough, the bottom layer, you can add a little bit more water and try to start to stir it, because all this is going to coalesce into one glob again. But just make sure you don't add too much water to begin with. Go slow in increments and it'll eventually rehydrate. So I'll show you what this looks like after 24 hours. So it's exactly 24 hours later. What I did was every 3 or 4 hours, I would stir this with a butter knife, and you can see it's just one solid mass now. I added very little water after I put the up to the fourth line in here. And so every 3 or 4 hours I'd stir it with that butter knife, and it completely rehydrated into one piece, which is not too thick. It's got that consistency that it first had before it dried out. So that's how you do it. Real easy. Don't throw these away because they can be rehydrated, and that's my tip for the day.